Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this week's Practice Accelerator Challenge webinar. Regan, how's it going today?
Man, it's been an awesome day. Weren't
Yeah,
we productive? I mean, that was high powered.
I know these kind of days, like they feel so good when you just know you just nailed a bunch of good content and just did it right. So thanks for hanging out today.
Well, man, your questions were just genius. And you guys will see it coming up is Annie just went through and must have fired off, I don't know, 60 questions today, and questions from, what's Go Wellness, like who are we looking for? What's our unique method? All these cool things. And then it just led to just massive breakthroughs. So it was really fun. Thanks for coming out.
Heck yeah, it was a great day. So today we're going to be talking about our Lifetime Accelerator. What is it? Lifetime Accelerator?
You got it. Lifetime Health Accelerator.
Health Accelerator. That was the word I was missing. So we're going to be talking about a new patient program and just kind of our process with that. Before we do that, I just wanted to remind everybody to get registered for session 2. So it'll be June 3rd and 4th. Beautiful Salt Lake City. Salt Lake's so beautiful in June. You guys get your butts out here. It's going to be fun. So much to do. It'll be downtown Salt Lake. We'll be confirming location with everybody by next week at the latest. But it's going to be great. If you haven't registered, please do. If you are not a signature member, but a peptide member or someone kind of affiliated with Go Wellness and would like to attend, just hit me up in the chat box or shoot me an email and I can talk to you about some special pricing that we have for the members of our community. So we would love to see you there. Anything else on that, Regan, on session 2?
No, it's just going to be the best session ever. And
Yeah.
I showed you some of the content today, and it's really amazing. So don't miss it.
I know, I'm pumped. Anyway, okay, well, let's just take it away. So let's launch this Lifetime Health Accelerator so everyone knows that what we're up to.
Okay, so the Lifetime Health Accelerator, we always start our patients off on the Health Accelerator program, which is about, or Accelerate Wellness program. And that's about it's a 7-month program. And the reason why we do that is because we really want to provide comprehensive care, give patients exactly what they need to have the massive breakthroughs in their health, because we're helping patients with autoimmune conditions. We've just had patients that flew in from New York to have some infusions in regenerative medicine, and we're just seeing amazing things. They've been on peptides for about 3 months getting ready for this, and they said already they're with the functional medicine and peptides, they're feeling amazing. And so the Lifetime Health Accelerator is intended to be used once the person is through that initial program. The Lifetime Health Accelerator is what's going to really extend their life, not only their lifespan, but also their health span. And so I'm going to go through this form with you because in my mind, this is a lot of you have many of your patients who are coming up on completions of the programs. And the other thing you're going to hear if you listen to the podcast I was on, the Free Zone Frontier, you're going to see that there's a lot of opportunities in longevity medicine. And whether you're a nutritionist, a DO, an MD, a chiro, an acupuncturist, a health coach, nutritionist, whatever your background is and your credentials, what most people are looking for these days is they want really to know the underlying solution for them to extend their health span and their lifespan and to align those. And that's what this program is intended to do. It's 12 months long and it goes through our entire 3-4-5 method at Go Wellness. You've got to have the right testing, the right treatment strategy, and the right teaching curriculum. And so I'll walk you through this today. So you guys will see it first, and then we're going to circulate this PDF so you can use it in your practices. So make sure you reach out to Annie. She'll get that to you. But essentially, you're looking at lifespan goals or dangers. What are the bottlenecks? Where are the areas that you're most concerned? So how many of you have any areas of your life where you feel like you may have issues in life extension? And so, you can plug these in or talk about those, but that's where we're going to plug in those big opportunities that we're looking for. So ideally, you've in the initial phases, you're going to be handling the majority of what needs to happen in their overall healthcare. But now the fun thing is once someone makes it through that Accelerate Wellness program. Now it's like, awesome, let's focus on the things that really move the needle, like brain health and putting on muscle mass, metabolic flexibility, all those things. So you can see here, you've got 4 areas where you focus on the primary goals. And then you have blood work, digestive, the adrenal and hormone panel. And then you've got metabolomics. And so, and yes, this is our rough draft. So yes, some of you may be saying, hey, there's a typo, and there are a couple typos, and those will be corrected. But yeah, so this is where you can plug in on the maldigestion. Okay, you had 6 out of 10 on the infection. What we found is there's 8 out of 10. And then you get your scorecard so that, progress is what creates meaning. On the adrenals, well, your cortisol levels look fine in the morning, and the afternoon, morning is off, afternoon's off, but the rest of the day is good. So, then they're 50%, so we got to get your adrenals functioning better. So this just gives you kind of a baseline understanding. But of course, you go back to the labs and you can get all the nuances. Same with metabolomics. One of the most important tests that you could be running for your patients right now is the metabolomics panel, because it shows you all the upstream impacts on their health. And so that's another really important one. And then, so that's the testing. So you've got the chief goals. What do you want to have happen in the next 12 months in order for you to feel happy with your progress? And then you have the testing that we're going to be doing, and we're going to look at tests, in different ways. So right out of the gates in month 1, we want to get a new blood panel, a fresh blood panel. We want to get fresh gut testing and metabolomics. That's going to be a key component. The other thing in month 1 is we're going to go back and make sure that your HPA axis is functioning properly. You've got good vagal tone, that there's no leaky gut. All these things are going to be really critical. And so this is where you can use epitalin or Selenk, and you can also use thymosin beta-4 and BPC. Those stats have some properties of resetting the HPA axis. And then month 1, you're going to have regenerative medicine pathways. So for those of you who are looking like, oh, we're going to do like intrafill. Intrafill is a big one that we've been using, because that's one of those regenerative medicine products that you can, that's got some approval for connective tissue or ligament damage. So maybe you have some regen med. Maybe you're going to do vitamin IVs or NAD therapy. Ozone, that would all go under the regenerative medicine. Holy cow, it's Dr. Dan Kellams.
Hey.
Good to see your pretty face, man. How you doing?
Well, good, man. Good to see yours.
Hey, we are, you're just going through some history in the making with our Lifetime Health Accelerator. This is our 12-month program.
Oh, nice.
So this is, Annie, there'll be a couple additional tweaks on this, but I'm sharing with our audience kind of the framework of when you're done with that 7-month Accelerate Wellness program. Now it's time that you start focusing on expanding lifespan and health span into one beautiful scene. And so, yes, Annie just plugged in, don't mind the typos. So yeah, there's just a couple, but this is the framework. So Dan, what we'll have is regenerative medicine pathways. What are the peptide therapies you want each month? So we've got 12 months here. CellCore plus supplements, for those of you using CellCore. If you don't use CellCore, don't worry about the CellCore, but we just find it such a simple way and powerful way to maximize the detoxification. And so you can see there's going to be, 4 months of CellCore, then they'll take a month off, and then 4 more months in the program. Nootropics is a big one. And so if you're not familiar with nootropics, you want to make sure you come to session 2. We'll be talking about that. And then what testing are you going to do in each month? So in month 1, I may put in nootropics, like maybe they need aniracetam and Selenk. So you plug that in there. So it's pretty killer. Dan, you like aniracetam. I know that. There's some jokes that could fly right about now too.
I love that.
Yes, but what are your thoughts on this, Dan? I mean, does this simplify? Because I'm a simplifier when it comes to medicine.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I hadn't seen this, so I really like the 12-month breakdown. I definitely think, with our even with our program. Scroll down. Are we jumping forward if we're looking at like the last months 10, 11, and 12?
Yeah.
So you just kind of you build up. So yours too are because our 9 months kind of like wraps up like all the different systems to like remove, replace, restore, and then it's like we call the last 3 months like refine.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. This is incredible because this, you say you're kind of following your basic flow.
Yeah.
Are you doing any regenerative?
Yep, there we
Anytime
go.
you
So maybe we do ozone, right? And we do,
Yeah.
you're going to need some PRP, you're going to need some allografts. So yeah, it's all there so that you can say, because some people, they need tissue allografts or some type of stem cell therapy, twice a year. And so you have the column for that. The other thing we look at is with opening up pathways, we want to reinforce those pathways. It's not like once you fix the HPA axis, you just have to reset it once. I know you probably noticed that, Dan, that people have events about twice a year where their HPA axis that's now harmonized gets reset again. And so
Yeah.
it gets basically some short circuits. So we'll have HPA axis at least twice every year where we want to reset that.
One a year is a really good way to go because what we see with a lot of people is they'll start a program and they usually try to start a program that isn't going to interfere with any of their personal schedule.
Yeah.
And then, it's like after they end that program, they're coming up on that time of the year that whether like for me, the most disruptive time of the year is going to be like for most people, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year until like, Valentine's Day. It's like a lot of events, a lot of home cooking, people bring in a lot of snacks and treats and chocolates. And that seems to be disruptive, but a year gives you a chance to really create new habits, to step out of these things that, cause reoccurring issues. So that's incredible.
Yeah, it's really nice because everybody wants road mapping, and in healthcare, the big problem that we have is, I see concierge doctors and people spend so much money on their concierge, and all that does is gives them a front row seat so that they can get in to see their doctor if something comes up. It's reactive medicine, right? And you're paying to just get a little better at reactive medicine. What the Lifetime Health Accelerator does is, it's like, well, imagine that you're going to be working. I want to build lifetime relationships with all my patients. Anyone who comes in, I'm interviewing them to see if this is somebody I want to be working with in 10 years from now. And if they don't meet the criteria, I don't ever present a program. I'm like, I think there's a better clinic out there for you. And then I refer them to Dan. I'm like, I got a friend, Dan, my friend Dan in Denver works with people who are real pain in the butts and they don't really care about their, no. Now I don't send those to you, but I do send them somewhere else. I'll say, I think I take your health way too serious for, I don't think you'll enjoy working with us. But I really want to work with people for a lifetime, and I want to extend their life and do it in a meaningful way. But what I find is if you can roadmap each month, and then there's an intention behind the healthcare versus, hey, I'm getting these weird headaches. Can you help me again? You helped me with my autoimmunity 5 years ago, and now I have this other big symptom that came up. And then you run their labs and you're like, man, I wish you would have come like 4 years ago, because not only are your headaches caused by, cerebral inflammation, but we also found that you've got Hashimoto's now, and your gut's just a mess, So I want to make sure that we have a program that is what we call a continuity program. So they finish that first initial comprehensive phase, and then there's a nice, easy transition out of it. And that's going to be a real critical component. So Dan, what happens if you don't have a care plan when somebody finishes their initial plan? What have you found?
Well, the biggest thing is the fall off, right? Massive drop off of those patients. So if you don't have that, like, if you haven't already planted the seed for the trajectory, and they'll finish a care plan and there's nothing, what's next? It just kind of ends there. And often there's confusion on their part. There's not repetition of the healthy behaviors that they picked up. So a lot of different little things kick in.
Hey everybody, Regan Archibald here. I hope you enjoyed the Go Wellness show and maybe learned a couple things you could apply to your practice. If you're a healthcare entrepreneur who wants to work in an academic think tank with like-minded humans who are just like you, looking to provide better service, better quality of care for your patients, reach us at info@gowellness.com and we're happy to do a free practice analysis for you.